Hello friends. In our previous video, we had discussed about material control and the techniques of material control. Today, we will look into one among the techniques of material control, that is stock levels. Stock level refers to the different levels of stock which are required for an efficient and effective control of goods. Stock level should be maintained as low as possible but available when required. One of the major challenges that a business or a retailer face is the maintaining of the stock. Now, what is stock? Everything which is used to make products or provide service and to run business is part of stock. One of the major objectives of material control is to maintain optimum inventory. For this, the management will fix the different levels of stock. Stock level avoids over and understocking of goods. It helps the organization to meet the customer's demand and to satisfy their needs. It also enables to avoid unnecessary investment in the inventory. Understocking of goods is the maintaining of the stock lesser than the required. It finally results into dissatisfaction of the customers because of non-supply of goods on time, and overstocking means maintaining a stock more than required, which will result in increased stock of inventory, which ultimately will lead to an increase in the cost of storage, insurance, spoilage, theft, etc. Therefore, it is necessary to maintain a suitable level of all types of goods. There are 5 types of stock levels. Minimum stock level, the minimum level of the quantity of stock that should be held at all times. Maximum stock level, the level above which it should not exceed. Reorder level, this is the level at which order is placed for fresh supply of materials. Average stock level, the average level of stock that should be held by an organization. And finally, danger level, as the name suggests, it gives us an alert. This is a level of stock below which the stock should never be allowed to fall. We will look into the details of each of the stock level. Reorder period, the time required to obtain new materials. It is the gap required between placing an order and actually receiving that material. Classification of material control costs consists of 3 categories: carrying cost, ordering cost, and stockout cost. Carrying cost is the total of all expenses related to storing unsold goods. It includes intangibles like depreciation, warehousing cost, and lost opportunity cost. It helps to determine how much profit can be made on current inventory. Ordering cost, on the other hand, is the expense incurred to create and process an order to a supplier. The costs include cost of preparing purchase requisition, cost of labor required to inspect goods when they are received, cost of preparing and issuing a payment to the supplier, etc. Cost of ordering a new batch of materials is ordering cost. Stockout cost is the economic consequence of not being able to meet an internal or external demand from the current inventory. Such cost consists of labor, wastage, lost production, and also loss of profit from lost sales, loss of future profit due to loss of goodwill, etc. Stockout costs are also known as shortage cost. Minimum stock level is the minimum requirement of stock below which it becomes understocking. The formula for minimum stock level is reorder level minus average rate of consumption into average delivery period. We will take an example of minimum stock level problem. In manufacturing its product Q, a company uses two types of raw materials, M1 and M2, in respect of which the following information is supplied. 1 unit of Q requires 16 kg of M1 and 6 kg of M2 materials. Price per kilogram of M1 is Rs 25 and that of M2 is Rs 50. Reorder quantities of M1 and M2 are 16,000 kg and 7,600 kg respectively. Reorder levels of M1 and M2 are 12,000 kg and 7,000 kg respectively. Weekly production varies from 200 units to 300 units, averaging 250 units. Delivery period of M1 is 1 to 3 weeks, that of M2 is 3 to 5 weeks. Compute minimum stock level of M1. The question here asks us to compute the minimum stock level of M1. M1 and M2 are two materials that are used to manufacture the product Q. And Q requires, for 1 unit of Q, the material of M1 is 16 kg and that of M2 is 6 kg. And the details of M1 and M2 are given. So we are supposed to calculate the minimum stock level of required of M1 to produce the required demand of product Q. So we will look into how we can compute the minimum stock level of M1. We know that the minimum stock level formula is reorder level minus average rate of consumption into average delivery period. It's quite clear in the question that the reorder level of material M1 is 16,000 kg. Now the average rate of consumption. We have to find out what is the average rate of consumption of product Q. It's given that the average rate of consumption of product Q is 250 units per week. And how much of material M1 is required for 1 unit of product Q is 16 kilogram. So you get a formula for average rate of consumption is 250 into 16. And the average delivery period. The average delivery period of material M1 is 1 to 3 weeks. So you get the average period as 2 weeks. And therefore, the formula will be 16,000 minus 250 into 16 into 2. You'll get 8,000 kg as a minimum stock level of material M1 required. The question is quite simple and it's direct. You just have to substitute the values into the formula. Maximum stock level is the maximum level of stock that is to be kept in the store and above which will be overstocking. The formula for maximum stock level is reorder level plus reorder quantity minus minimum consumption into minimum reorder period. Looking into this example, the kitchen cutlery outlet sells dinner sets. It provides you the following information. Maximum demand is 200 per week. Average demand 160 per week. Minimum demand 145 per week. Maximum lead time 2 weeks. Average lead time 1.5 weeks. Minimum lead time 1.35 weeks. Reorder quantity per order 500 dinner sets. Safety stock 184 dinner sets. Compute maximum level of stock of kitchen cutlery outlet. The question is direct. The question asks us to compute or calculate the maximum level of stock that kitchen cutlery outlet should keep. We know that the formula for maximum stock level is reorder level plus reorder quantity minus minimum consumption into minimum reorder period. So first thing that we have to calculate is reorder level. Reorder level is maximum usage into maximum lead time plus safety stock. Now maximum usage is directly given, that is 200 units. Maximum lead time is given, that is 2 days, and safety stock 184 units. So you get reorder level, or the level at which a new order should be placed, is 584 units. Another aspect of this formula is reorder quantity. Reorder quantity is 500 units, which is directly given in the question. Minimum consumption or minimum usage into minimum reorder period. So minimum usage is 145 units and minimum reorder period is 1.35 days. So you get a total of 888 or 888 units as a maximum level of stock that should be maintained. Another level of order that we had already discussed is the reorder level. It is the level at which a new order should be placed before the goods reach a minimum level. So the formula is maximum daily consumption into maximum delivery period. Now we will look into example 3. David IT store sells 500 laptops on an average in a week. The maximum demand in a week is 523 laptops. If the lead time is 4.5 weeks, then the reorder level would be. The question is direct. The question asks us to find out the reorder level. It has already given us that David IT store sells on an average in a week 500 laptops. The maximum demand in a week is 523 laptops and the lead time is 4.5 weeks. Now we know that the reorder level formula is maximum daily consumption into maximum delivery period. Maximum daily consumption is 523 laptops. That is, in a week the maximum demand is 523 laptops. So maximum daily consumption is 523 units or laptops, and the lead time is, or maximum delivery period is 4.5 weeks. So you get an reorder level of 2354 units. Average stock level. As the name suggests, it is the average stock required to be kept by the organization. The formula is minimum level plus maximum level of stock divided by 2, or minimum stock level plus reorder quantity divided by 2. Looking into this example, it has given us that the minimum level requirement is 40,000 units. Reorder level or point is 30,000 units. You have to find out the average stock level. We know the average stock level formula is minimum level plus reorder level divided by 2. So minimum level is 40,000 units and reorder level is 30,000 units divided by 2. So you get 55,000 units as the average stock level required. The last level of stock to be discussed is the danger level. It is the level at which an immediate action should be taken to maintain stocks, even if additional cost is incurred in arranging the required goods. And the formula for this danger level is average consumption into maximum reorder period for emergency purchase, or minimum consumption into minimum reorder period. Looking into this example, a gadget store sells portable game sets. Each set has a cost of rupees 248. The average demand for the game set per day is 56 units. The normal lead time of the supplier of the store is 13 days, while the lead time to get the game sets in case of emergency situations is 5 days. Compute the danger level of stock. Here, the question asks us to calculate the danger level of stock for a gadget store which sells portable game sets, and each game set has a cost of rupees 248. The average demand per day for these game sets is 56 units or 56 game sets. The normal lead time of the supplier of the store is 13 days, while in case of emergency, the lead time is 5 days. We know that the formula for danger level is average consumption into maximum reorder period for emergency purchase. Here, the average consumption is already given, that is per day 56 game sets, so 56 units, into maximum reorder period for emergency purchase. Emergency purchase reorder period is 5 days. So 56 units into 5 days, you get 280 units as the danger level of stock. Looking into example 6, if the minimum stock level and the average stock level of raw material X are 6,000 and 11,000 units respectively, find out its reorder quantity. We know the formula for average stock level, that is minimum stock level plus reorder quantity divided by 2. So the average stock level is already given, it's 11,000 units of material X, and minimum stock level is 6,000 units. We are supposed to calculate the reorder quantity. So you get a reorder quantity of 10,000 units. This is a simple question which actually substitutes the formula for average stock level to find out reorder quantity. Material control relates to control over the purchasing, storing and issuing of materials. In other words, material control can be classified into purchase control, store control and issue control. Let's wind up for the day. Please do share your comments. For more updates, please subscribe and press the bell icon. Thank you.